Hey yo, it's your boy Wiener Dog. Today with another video. So, I wanted to start the video off by saying, I'm a born U.S. citizen. I currently live in Colombia, and growing up is so tough. Like a song said, there's so much pressure on you when you're growing up. As I was growing up, when I was just a little boy, I observed the world. I observed humans. I observed their behaviors with other humans. I thought about the system. I analyzed the system. As a 15-year-old boy sitting in a classroom, I thought to myself, what's the point of all of this? And surely you have some point in your life contemplated that thought, have had the same thought as well. What's the point of all of this? We burn, we're born, we die, we grow up, we go through the system, we go to education, we get higher education, and then we get a career, and then we get a job. Although most people don't really have careers, they just have jobs. What's the point of all this? Why be born in a world like this? Why be born into a world where there's a path already paved for you? And that's where most people go, unhappy of themselves, unhappy of their lives, just merely drifting by. What's the point of all of this? I doubt so many things. I have doubted so many things. The things I previously mentioned. And of course, I figured out there's another way to life. That this way that we're already born into, there's another way. You have to pave yourself your own road. And that's hard. It isn't as easy as simply just going through the education system and going through university and getting a job. It's way harder than that. Being an entrepreneur or doing something else different from everybody else is hard. Because to most people, you're just that idiot unemployed. You're just some guy that's unemployed. For some, you're different, and that threatens them. They don't understand you. Why would you pick this path over the safe and comfy path of going to university and getting a job? Get a normal wage and get a safe wage. Comfort, security, over something that isn't guaranteed. Perhaps something, and not everybody's gonna understand you when you're doing this. When you pave your own path, when you go do something different than everybody else. It's very much lonely, but not that lonely, as have been many people who have paved their own paths as well. So you're not alone. You just have to reach them. You just have to get to them. You just have to get to meet them. I was watching this podcast of this trainer, and he had the same feeling I've had, and I feel. He said, when I was born, I didn't quite fit in. I never felt like I fit in a group of people. I always thought I was introverted. But then I got to the top. Or I don't know if you said the top, but then I did what I love, or did my passion or whatever. And I met these people at here, and I realized, wow, it wasn't that I didn't fit in. I had not just found my group. I simply had not found my group. And maybe I wasn't introverted. Maybe I had just never found the right people. Maybe I've never found the right people. And that led me thinking and reflect, I don't have many friends. I've never felt like I fit in. I haven't met that people yet, And maybe that's true. Maybe I'm introverted because I've not met the right people. And maybe I feel like I don't fit in because I have not met my type of people. I've not met my people. And maybe there's just this invisible path I have to cross in order to meet them. Or maybe not, you know. You know, stuff is beginning to get real. Luckily, I've been preparing for this with my habits. I've been embracing discomfort, taking cool showers. I've been exercising, I've been meditating, I've been journaling. I've been starting to do intermittent fasting. I have been told what I should be doing, that I'm wasting my time. Although I have these options, you know, I'm a US citizen. In theory, I could just get a job, have to renew my passports, go to the US, and get a job. Get a normal entry-level job. But from what I know, you can't live off minimum wage. So I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if that's even an option then. I am calm, and I have a very calm mind, and I think having a calm mind is really important. And that's why you should meditate. Because when you meditate, you can find yourself. You can find answers from within. Somehow your heart and intuition already know what you want. You just have to have the courage to follow them. You just have to let that inner voice guide you. And sometimes we don't have to find answers externally. Sometimes we must find our answers from within. And the only way I can think of finding that answer is from meditating, from being by yourself in solitude. So I have these options. But what I really want to do is YouTube. It's like such the ideal job for me. Not even a job. I wouldn't even consider it like a job, but it's such like the ideal thing for me. Since I'm an artist, I'm an athlete. I like learning. I like teaching. It's like the ideal thing. But going back to what I was saying, I've always thought, what's the point of just going through this path that's already been paved for you? You know, I didn't really understand myself until I started growing up. And recently I watched a video, Built Different. It was this motivational video. And there's many things I couldn't explain by myself, but after watching that video, I started to understand myself and the world around me. Perhaps I was built differently. Because there's no way in hell I see myself working some job I don't care about, making somebody else rich, and being unfulfilled and not going with my purpose. It's a fight. It's a struggle. You have to keep pushing. And if there's one thing I've learned from life, if you want something, you better want it like your life depends on it, or else it's not gonna happen. Life will try to take those things away from you unless you fight for those things that you want to do. Life will take it away from you, and you won't have the opportunity to continue doing what you love. Your dog out.